All right, welcome to Dugout Steps again. We have today, July 15th, 1980, the Phillies against the Astros. Um, we have here the Phillies who are 50 wins, 31 losses against the Astros who are 49 wins, 35 losses. This is a battle that will probably go to the end of the season and wind up in the playoffs. Starting pitchers for the day are Nolan Ryan gone for the Astros. He's 6-9 with a 3.27 ERA. Um, and Dick Ruthman, who is 10-6 with a 3.39 ERA. And that looks like a primo um, matchup until we go to see what happened with the pregame warm-ups. Both pitchers looked a little wild out there. Nolan Ryan looks very sharp other than that. He looks like he has good pop on his pitches. He just doesn't have very good control. So you see here, he's going to be hard to hit with the grooved, but he's going to walk a few as he just doesn't have that control around the plate. But he's also got deceiving stuff, so he should get quite a few strikeouts today with that swing and miss stuff showing. Ruthven, on the other hand, he just looked limp armed out there. He looked ineffective, and he is also a wild three. So expect a lot of free base runners in this game, and it will be very hard for Ruthven to pick up win number 11. And with that, we will bring up the Phillies, and Pete Rose, batting 302, goes against Nolan Ryan. And that is not an out to hit in the Astrodome, so that will probably be an out. We've got to remember to look down here a lot today with that wild four. That 19 is equal to Rose's 19, so already the wild four warm up is supplied a victim, and Pete Rose gets a walk. That's our lead off base runner. He can run on a six or steal attempt four showing, so he will not attempt to steal. That brings up Trio. Trio is a very good hit and runner. So we will attempt to hit and run if we get the yellow hit and run opportunity up here. And it's not going to be a case. Um, the count is 2-2. And you can see that is not a hit and run count, so the hit and run will not happen. And but it will be a hit regardless, and that goes to right field. The runner on first and hit the right field. We have runner on first, adding 5. So Rose will have a speed of 9. It's not hit deep though. So we'll play it out. 9 hit 1. Base runner speed is 9, and the fielder's 7, and he got an awesome reaction. So 9 minus 3 is 6, add 12 is 18, minus 7 is 11. We do not want to try that, so we'll leave the runners on first and second. So Trio and Rose come up, and already against the grooved Nolan Ryan have nobody out and 2 runners on base. So already this game is going unexpected, and brings up Bake McBride. Bake McBride. Oh boy, look at this. Bake McBride with men on against a righty is awesome, and that brought it down to a 71, but a 96 would have hit just about anybody. That is, though, a hit to an out opportunity, so we'll go to McBride and see if that is a single to center field, and we'll see what the hit to out comes out at. We'll go single 8, and we'll see that center field 3 or against a range of 5 it will be an out on a roll of 1 or less, and it is a roll of 8, so we get the hit. And we will go because there are 2 on. We want to see what happens. Let's go visit the thing so I know with a 5 it's not going to turn into a double. Single to 8. It will just be a single to 8, and we don't want to run against that because that's minus 2 at best. And trio is a 3. So we'll just leave out with a single. Rose would be a 0. He is a run of 4, but the 5 range, let's not do it. We'll stick out with a single and nobody out. So right off the bat, bases loaded, nobody out on a grooved pitcher. Very rare. In this game, if they hit 3 or more runs in a inning, I believe it is. Now I'm going to have to look that up while I pause you guys, but they can go ineffective. So it's quite possible. No, I think it's 5 runs. It's quite possible that Nolan Ryan could become ineffective. Let me look that up and verify. I'll pause real quick. All right, yes, it is 5 runs, and he becomes ineffective. And it can also come from ineffective back if he pitches 3 good innings. So it's always possible in this game that the weird will happen. So in this game, Mike Schmidt is not in his normal position, not playing. So Del Unser is in the cleanup spot, and instead of Schmitty with the bases loaded. Del Unser is not very good against righties, and so he has a minimal chance. And as you can see, pitch count comes into effect again with the 2-strike pitch count. Unser barely missed getting a hit, and that could have been a good hit, but instead it comes into the swing and miss, and Unser gets a strikeout. So it brings up Gary Maddox with bases loaded. Come on, Phils, let's do this. Gary Maddox is very good with men on against, not very good, but good against righties with men on. And there's that 21, but because it's not a 20 and Maddox rarely walks, that is not a walk. Just about everybody out here except him would have gotten a walk on that roll. But he does not, and therefore he is out. And that is a line out to second base. And now we got to watch it because we have bases loaded and a 13, which is close. So let's go to line out to the middle infielder. 13 is line out to second base, and we'll try to throw out the runner at second. So we need an 8 or less to throw him out. So we roll a 1. And here we go with that -1 again. Let's go to the game chart, not game chart, main front. 1 less, runner speed +10. So we're looking at trio needing a 13 or less to get back to base. And he does. So that comes down to just a line out to second base. But a close play at second. Brings up Bob Boone with bases loaded, none out, and the Phils look like they're going to struggle here. And Bob Boone gets a 20, and as we see, that's a 19, and he walks in a run. So the Phils get an early run, and Larry Bell is up, and check for a balk, no balk. That will be a possible hit to out situation again. And Larry Bella does not hit many home runs, but that is within his range. Home run to fly ball. We're going to look at he's switch hitting against a righty bat with left. That would go to right field. And he's batting left, so that would be -10. Good chance that would just be a double, and is. And then we've got a roll hit to an out, which will be a double to 9. And wow, he's very close to the fielder, and the range is 7, so 17 or less, and he's out. And that's a fly ball out to end the inning. So that went from potential everything to actually nothing. So Phils do get a run regardless on Booney's walk, which brings up Landestoy against Ruthven. And let's see how he does against them. If they walk 3, that's not a walk and not a out to hit. So 73 on the out is a fly ball center field, relatively easy. Brings up Terry Poole. Terry Poole will get a probable hit again. 32 for him as a single to 7. Again, this is a 13, so it should be close to the fielder. Left field is rated 4, range check 2, out of 9 or less. This time he gets a hit, Poole gets a hit. That brings up Denny Walling. Walling is a good hit and run guy, so we'll look for a yellow up here. I do want to hit and run him if I get the yellow count. And we do not. We will not hit and run. Um, so it'll just be normal. And that's another hit. And that goes to right field. And right field is adds 5 to the base runner. So we're looking at Poole being 12. And let's try to advance the runner. Fielder's range 5. He got a bad reaction, so that adds 4 to the base running, which is 16. Subtract range 10, which is 6. Add 10, which is 26. Subtract arm 4, makes that 22. Yes, we will try that. And he is safe. So runners at first and third then. Jose Cruz comes up, and now we've got Ruthven struggling. This one is probably an out and within his strikeout range. 4 goes over here, not within his 7. So he fights it off, but that's a fly ball to left field and it's close to the fielder, so that will not be enough for a sacrifice. So 2 outs, and he too has a chance to escape without giving up a run. Brings up Cesar Cedeno, batting 243 for the year. And in real life, he is 309, so he's underachieving, and most of his compadres are overachieving. So that's a probable out. He does not walk, and a 92 is a pitcher-catcher pitcher, so that would be an out 1 to 3, no errors showing, no hustle or anything. So he gets out of the inning, and that's one of them down. If he pitches 3 innings without giving up a run, he will become regular rated again and remove the ineffective tag. All right, well, come see if Nolan Ryan is settled down. He'll be facing John Vukovic, who is batting 160, and in real life he batted 161, so he's not doing very well. And that was an out to hit, but we rolled a 20, and he is a wild 4. So that is a walk. I got to remember that 10 got to be in there for that walk to happen. I'm going to say so. If I'm wrong on that, I'm wrong on that. But he just walked another leadoff batter. I'm fairly certain that you don't check anything. If he's got a wild 1, 2, 3, or 4 and he rolls a 20, he walks. Dick Ruthven. Dick Ruthven, not a bad batter. He's a +1. He walks not much, but does strike out a lot. And he's a very good sacrificer. And in this game against a tough pitcher, we'll go for the sacrifice. It'll be 79, 89, 94 will be a sacrifice hit, and we're going to try that. So he gets the sacrifice easy. The 11 makes that a to the left side of the mound on the pitcher, and we're going to not even try for anything but go out 1 to 4. Sacrifice hit 1 to 4. And it puts a runner on second with 1 out and brings up Pete Rose. All right. So we have Rose up against Ryan. Would you look at this? That's another Pete Rose walk. So Ryan is really struggling here, putting free base runners on, and he's even with the groove tag, he would have given up a hit on that one. He's got a struggling game going on. Manny Trio comes up, many players on, and two men on base, and he rolls. Not an out. I mean, it is an out, not a walk. 43 will be second baseman. Trio's a C, so that 13 puts him in jeopardy of the double play. And it is. That's a definite double play. The 3 is below their chance to try to interfere with it with the runner, so that's an out. And that will be a 4-6-3 double play. So Ryan gets out of that inning, but that was another interesting inning. Art Howe comes up against Ruthven. Ruthven starts out rolling good again. 36 is an out 6-3. We got that roller hit to second base, so Art Howe's a 3. Shortstop's a 3. We'll roll. Very poor chance of him getting anything. No, close play would be it. So out 6-3. Alan Ashby. And this time Ruthven gives up the possible hit. No walk. 81. Ashby is a single to right field. No error check because it's not an XC. And brings up Craig Reynolds. That's another good roll for him. 11 is not a walk or a strikeout. 5 is within his K rating. The 20 will be a strikeout, so he strikes somebody out. That brings up Nolan Ryan with 2 out. And Ruthven's 4 outs away from recovering from this ineffective warm-up. And he's probably going to do this. Nolan Ryan is a 19. No, he walks the pitcher. And there goes that wild. They bit him in the ass for the first time. Brings up Landestoy. Oh, this is going to hurt. Hit one out possibility. 16 is a possible triple. Got to go fly ball. No, nothing on there, so it's a triple. We got to try to hit that one out. That's triple to left field. And we have a good fielder out there, but it's still only an out of 3 or less. And no, it's not. It's a triple, and there goes getting rid of the ineffective tag as Ruthven plates 2. And Landestoy gets 2 clutch RBIs, and that brings up Terry Poole. And now the bottom's going to fall out. He walks. And Denny Walling comes up. And Denny Walling probably is out, and that's a fly ball to center field, but got a roll for the home run chance. Nope, fly ball out. And he flies out to end the inning, but damage is done, and Ruthven will be ineffective for yet another 3 innings if he can stay in the game. Brings up Bake McBride. And Bake is probably out. 63, fly ball to center field, no error check. Del Unser comes up. Del Unser is probably out. It's down 6-3. Brings up Gary Maddox. our Maddox is probably out. Yes, he does not walk. 27 is a 5-3, but we have that slow roller. So Maddox is a 4, third base is a 2, so a 2 or less. 14, not even a chance for a close play. Out 5-3, and that ends the inning. So Ryan's starting to settle down. Let's see if Ruthven can get back on the horse against Jose Cruz. You can see these numbers are really low for him. He's got the roll good to stay in it, and that's 10's going to be a double, for possible home run. Nope. So that's a double to lead off the inning, and it's Cesar Cedeno. And another hit. No walk. 51 for Cedeno is a single to 7. And we'll try to advance the runner off of second base. No modification. So Cruz with 4. Fielder 4, but he got a good jump, so that's a -3. So that'd be 1, 12, 8. No, we're not going to even try that. So a single and leaves him on third. With nobody out, first and third, Art Howe's up. And he probably goes down, no wild pitch. Possible out, foul out, 4, and that's definitely an out. We'll go to the foul out chart. That's a foul out to the catcher. And nobody scores. Oh, we got to check that error. See if he drops the foul out. That'd be an error on the catcher. No error on the play. And brings up Alan Ashby. Ashby strokes a hit. Not a walk. And that's 77. That goes to right field. And we're going to add 5 to the base runner speed to try to get him to third. So we got Cedeno with an 11. Fielder range 5, but he got a bad reaction. That's +2. 13. Subtract the range. Add the range. It's 23. 19. Yes, we'll try that. And you see he got a 1 down here, so he's safe by a mile. So we got another single, another run scores, and another runner on third, and nobody's 1 out. So Fielder's starting to drop this one down pretty quick. Brings up Craig Reynolds. And he barely avoids getting a hit, giving up a hit. And 74, that's a fly ball to center field, right close to the fielder, so no chance for a sacrifice. And that brings up Nolan Ryan. Too early to think about a pinch hitter. And he is probably out. That's going to be a strikeout because he had a +9. So Ruthven continued to struggle, and he's now behind the score to 3-1. Brings up Bob Boone. Bob Boone barely misses getting a hit, and that could have been a good hit. I think it would have been at least been a double. He avoids getting the thing, but he does get a strikeout instead. So Nolan Ryan's starting to do what Nolan Ryan does. Larry Boa. Larry Boa misses getting a hit by a mile, and he is also struck out. And John Vukovic comes up. And, he narrowly avoids getting a hit. And that's a foul out, and it's not in the range, so we'll go check out 16. Foul out 16 to the left fielder. So, out X7. And brings up Rafael Landeskog. And Landeskog is probably out. 55 is ground ball to the second baseman. We got a hustle here. A roll against his speed of 5, and he does not get in there. So that's an out 4-3. And see if we can try to get a few more innings out of Ruthven here, but it's been hairy so far. Terry Poole getting a hit, no walk, gets a 70. That's a single to right field. Brings up Denny Walling. Walling is a good hit and run guy, so we'll call hit and run if we get a yellow up here, and we did. But there is a walk. Natural 19, no need. He steals, but it doesn't count as a steal because there's a walk. So that brings up Cruz. Cruz is probably out, 54. That's a 6-3 out. The 17 is probably no chance for a double play and would advance the base runners. Runners advance, yes. So out 6-3. And that brings up Cesar Cedeno with 2 out, runners on second and third. Needs a good roll here. And he gets it, but they're the balk. Oh, and that's called. So we got a balk. And the wheels are just falling off for Ruthven here. And Cesar Cedeno comes up with 2 out again. And that's a probable out. And we got a roll out to hit against the middle ground ball up the middle, and that'll be the shortstop. Only a hit of 3 or less, and it's not. So out 6-3, but another run comes in, and Ruthven's definitely not going to lose his ineffective tag in this game. We're at top of the 5th. We see Ruthven is struggling. Let's take a look here. He's given up 8 hits already and 3 walks. So I don't normally do this, but I'm going to pinch hit for Ruthven right here in the bottom of the 5th, on top of the 5th, and get him out of here. So let's go for a pinch hitter against Nolan Ryan. And Ryan's a righty. That'll be Greg Gross. And the manager's seen enough of Ruthven. So Gross comes out batting .216. And we roll. And that's a good call. And Greg Gross walks and would have had a hit. Regardless, he's a base runner. Which brings up Pete Rose, who has walked twice. And Pete Rose is a very good hit and run man. So if we get a yellow number up here, we will hit and run. Do not get it. We'll check for the wild pitch. No wild pitch. It's an out. 57. Fly ball left field. And nothing goes there. It brings up Manny Trio. Trio is also a good hit and runner, so we'll do the same thing. Looking for a yellow number up here. Do not get it. Trio does not walk. A fly ball to right field. No advance. And that'll bring up Bake McBride. Pour this on over here so you guys can see that. Bake McBride. Bake McBride will get a timely hit. And that will be single to 8. The runner on first. And we'll check the ball and play charts because I want to see whether I want to try. We're going to add 8 to his speed because 2 outs, and there's -2 if the D20 is odd. So we'll see how this comes out. 3 plus 8 is 11. Advanced runner. And that's a single to 8. 19, so it's fielder 3, 11, 14. No, 11, fielder 3, reaction 3 stays 11. Add 10, which is 21. Subtract arm 6, which is 15. So that's right on my threshold, and we'll try that. And he rolled a 5, so he is safe. So we got a single, and the runner makes it the third. All right, first and third with 2 out, and Del Unser up. And Del Unser does not come through. And that's an out to the pitcher, 1 to 3. All right, we need to do a little defensive changing around here. Gross came in. I think he can take over for Unser in the left field. And he can, so we will do that change and then bring in a pitcher. Bat in a vacated fourth position. And this is the 5th inning. So we will roll for the 5th and bring in Ron Reed. Wow. And Reed comes in wild, 4 and grooved. So it's just going to be one of them games. And we need to do defense yet and put Greg Gross there. And we'll check our box score just to make sure everything's where we want it. Greg Gross pinch hit left field, and Ron Reed takes over for Unser. So Art Howe comes in against Ron Reed, who Ron Reed is 5 and 4 with 4 saves and a 4.50 ERA. Art Howe faces him. And that's right off the bat. Should be an easy out. Fly ball to right field. It brings up Alan Ashby. And Alan Ashby will get a hit. That's a double to center field. No fly ball, so we'll just scoot out a double. And he's 3 for 3. Having a good game. Craig Reynolds is up. Runner on. And he walks. Brings up Nolan Ryan again with 1 out and 2-1. We'll try to bunt. He's not very good at it, but not bad. 70, 80. Needs an 80 to get a bunt. Gets it. Bunt chart 4. Goes to the catcher. And we'll take the out. Out 2 to 3. Sacrifice hit 2 to 4, I mean. Oh boy. Undo that one. Okay, brings up Lance Stoy with 2 out, runners on second and third. Out, not a walk. 80. Fly ball to right field. And that's the sixth inning for Ryan. And he is now starting to settle in. He's only given up one run, three hits, and the five walks, which were kind of high for him. But other than that, he's not doing bad. Brings up Gary Maddox against him. Um, Maddox will be out. 97, pop up the right field. That's deep, so I think it is a pop up the right field. Yes, pop up the right field. And we got to check the error. That'll be a pop up. No error. And brings up Bob Boone. Bob Boone will walk. Ah, well, I'm clicking off today. Bring up Larry Bell with one on. And Boa, I didn't call it. I just got red anyway, so wouldn't have got it. No hit batter, out, no walk, 87, line out to third base. And we got to look at the charts because that 7 could be a throw over to first base to get him out. 7, line out, first base, nothing. So, okay. It's L5. All right, Sabella goes down, brings up John Vukovic, who's walked and fouled out. And he strikes out. Sixth inning, Ron Reed against Terry Poole. No, not, yeah, Ron Reed against Terry Poole. Reed has pitched one interesting inning. He's good for 2. So let's see what he does in this one. Probable out, 56, 3 unassisted. Brings up Denny Walling. Probably out. Fly ball to right field. Nothing doing there. And that brings up Jose Cruz. Probably out, although we will have to roll. 30. That's middle infield. Be the shortstop, and it is long range, so could be 9 or less of a hit, but he does not get it. He rolled a 15, so we have a 6-3, and Reed gets out of that inning easy. Brings up Greg Gross. Greg Gross will stroke a hit, if not a walk. Nope, that'll be a walk. No, he's been on base twice on walks now. And Nolan Ryan, I've got to actually think about taking him out of here just due to the severe amount of pitches he's had to accrue from all these walks. I mean, pitch counts don't mean shit then, but we're talking 7 walks. That's unheard of. I'll give him a couple more batters and see what happens. Pete Rose, barely avoids a walk. That's probably out. 79, fly ball to right field, nothing to check. And Manny Trio. Okay, hit and run on him. Okay, not a good count for it. No walk. That's a strikeout. And Bake McBride. No wild pitch, gets a hit. No walk, 98 on McBride is a possible infield hit. So we got to go to the inside BIPR and the infield single two, which goes to the pitcher. But we got to look up here. Even add five to the fielder, so it'll be a little easier for the pitcher to throw him out. And Ryan is a three, so he needs an eight or less to throw out, and he gets a two. So it's actually a 1-3. We'll roll for an error. And Nolan Ryan has a 62 error, so this is a good possibility he could get it. And he does. He commits an error. He won. Which brings up Ron Reed, and I was hoping to get another inning out of him, but that's not going to happen. So we will pinch hit for him, and that's against the righty. Gross is already in. George Vukovic. We got John in the game, so George Vukovic is still available. So George Vukovic comes in as a pinch hitter. And he is batting 381. Not this time. Probably out. 52 goes to first base, but a 14's close, so I doubt he'll get this. Five or less is a hit and does not get it. So that's an out 3-1. 1-3. 3 unassisted. And we'll bring in a pitcher for the seventh inning, and he will bat in the vacated cleanup spot. So let's see. Seventh inning. Reads out, or Warren Brewster will come in. Finally, somebody with some control. All right, Warren Brewster comes in. He's he's 1-0 with a 174 ERA. He's just come up. He's only pitched 10 innings so far, and he'll face Cedeno. No walk, out 59. That'll be a 4-3 possible error. Trio's reliable, so no error this time. That'll bring up Art Howe. Art Howe will get a hit. Strokes that one to center field. Brings up the Ashby, who's been hitting the lights out this game. He will try a hit and run if we get the yellow number, and we do. But unnecessary. No, doesn't walk. Gets a hit. 49, single to 8, but that's automatic to third base because of the hit and run. So we got 2-1. Craig Reynolds up. Craig Reynolds will hit. 79. That'll be a single to 9. Not far enough to advance the runner, but it will score one. Brewster gives up a run, and the Phils are now down 5-1. Brings up Nolan Ryan, and I think now we'll be trying to take him out. He's just been shaky this whole game, and his arm looks tight. So we're going to bring in a pinch hitter against the righty and try and put this game out of control. Dave Bergman will come in. Bergman's batting 208. And first and second with one out. Probably out. Be ground ball to the third base, and it is more than likely a double play if he doesn't let this get through. So let's try the hit to Al. And third baseman, if Schmitty was there, this would be definite, but they got a slight chance for a hit. Nothing. So 11 on the ball and play chart is a fielder's choice A star. So A, B, or C and he's a B. So that's a definite double play. Though the runners do get a chance to see if they can interfere with this and get it out. So run out the play. So we will check against Bergman's speed. 14's not going to cut it. So that's an out 5-4-3 double play. Yeah, right. Now, because we brought in somebody for Ryan, a new pitcher, because we'll just vacate the ninth position again because nobody else batted after that pinch hitter. We'll go to eighth inning, and we'll bring in Dave Smith. I believe he's there. I don't know. I can't remember now. We'll look. Dave Smith. He is a reliever, but not the reliever, so we'll just go ahead and bring him in. And he's good for 2 innings, so he should be able to close the game out. Warm him up. He is grooved with overpowering stuff. Now, overpowering stuff means that if I roll a 1, 2, or 3, because he's at an STF rating of 3 here, if I roll a 1, 2, or 3, that's an automatic strikeout, unless they can fight the pitch off. So, Dave Smith is looking good. And we'll go new pitcher. And Dave Smith is 0-0 with 6 saves and a 1.63 ERA, and he's up against Maddox. Oh, Maddox is going to make short work of this and go right for the gusto, getting a probable hit. 18 being a double to center field. And yep, that goes through. So he gets a double to start the inning. Groove isn't helping the Astros too much. Bob Boone comes up with a runner on, and he strokes a hit, but that 3. Now I think a hit trumps a strikeout. We'll dig the rules and get right back to you. I'm pretty sure it's a hit. Yes, that's a strikeout because of the 3. That brings up Larry Boa. Fly ball to left field. Not enough range to attempt to go home. And brings up Vukovic. And Vukovic does not get it. That's a 24 out 5-3. All right, top of the 8th. Brewster in. And he is up against Landestoy. He's rated 1, but he can pitch 2 innings, so I'll give him a chance. He needs to add 5 to that, so a 6 or less he can stay in. But he rolls a 10. Now he's ineffective. So now I got a choice, and he looks tired, and he did not pitch well last inning, so we're just going to go ahead and pull him out. So let's take a look at our situation here. Let's pull out Vukovic. I do believe I have a third baseman on the bench here that would do a lot better than him for the final inning. So we'll do a double switch here. We do have Keith Moreland that can come in. We do have Mike Schmidt. Mike Schmidt is active. But realistically, they very rarely ever used him for anything but starting. He only pinch hit once, or came in relief once. And my heart wants to pull him in here. But realistically, if he's sitting, it's probably for a reason. I don't think he was in the IR at this time, or he wouldn't have showed up on my active list. But we'll bring more. Oh, God, 399. Nope, Schmitty. Anybody on 99 ERA, I'm not putting him in that position if I'm even thinking I might come back. So let's bring Schmitty in for Brewster. Third base. And let's roll for a pitcher for the ninth inning. If it's McGraw, I'll re-roll because it's not a safe situation. Ron Reed's been in. Dickie Knowles. That'll be a good call. We'll bring in Dickie Knowles. Dickie Knowles. We'll pull Vukovich. And Knowles warms up with pinch contact 5. Again, there will be no plus Ks. So plus to Ks aren't automatic. And if there's a number within his K rate, we'll add 5 to that and make sure to see if he gets a strikeout. It'll be harder for him to strike them out. And back to Landestoy. So let's make this happen over here. Have defensive replacement. Cleanup. Third base. Schmidt. Pitcher 8th. Dickie Knowles. See if that's what we want. Yep. All right. Bottom of the 8th. I think Knowles still comes in on the 8th. I messed up a little bit there, but pretty sure Knowles is still available on the 8th. Yes, sir. Very much so. Still the highest rated. Brewster's been in. He's still the highest rated pitcher there, and Reed's been in. So very minimal chance Kevin Sochet could have come in. So yeah, we'll keep Knowles in there. So, Dickie Knowles comes in. He's got 4.82 ERA. He's got 1 win, 4 losses, and 6 saves against Landestoy. And he takes Landestoy out. And we got a 1. Landestoy's a -10. We get that -15 because of the pitch to contact. So he definitely fights the pitch off. Grounds out to the shortstop, out 6-3. Terry Poole. Terry Poole goes out. 13 is within the K rate. 20 is going to be hard to beat. Add 10 to the 5 to 9 is 14. 20 still over that. So despite the pitch to contact, Poole strikes out. 2 down. Denny Walling comes up. So he does not walk. That's an out. And 47 is a out 4-3. But we got to check for an error. No error, and they go down 1-2-3. So a good inning there for Dickie Knowles to put a damper on what was put the damper on the fire that was starting to rise within the Astros. And that brings up Greg Gross in the 9th against Dave Smith, and Smith has only pitched 1 inning, so he can more Sure enough, stay in. He's rated for 2. Oh, Gross against Smith, and that's not even funny. Gross goes down 24, 5-3. And that brings up Pete Rose. You're getting the people up there you want up there, but they're just not doing it. Pete Rose does. In this turn, he'll stroke a single. 62 goes to center field. We got to check the errors. No error, so he gets a single. Brings up Manny Trio. Manny Trio. We're going to can the hit and run with a 4-run difference, and should have kept it on because he got a hit. 78 goes to right field. We can still attempt Rose because that's a +5, and it's away from him, but it's close. So I don't think we're going to advance him to third, but we'll see what it looks like. Rose is a 9. Fielder got a bad jump, even regardless he's a good fielder, so that's +1. It makes it 10. Ride range 10 is 20. Subtract arm is 13, so no, we're not going to try to advance. So it'll be for runners on first and second. Bake McBride. Bake McBride will be out. 4-3, and that's nowhere near where they can get a double play out of it, so the runners will advance. And we got to check the slow roller. The ride's a 5, and we got to check against 4, so 2 or less. 2 over. So we go to the game chart. I know this one already, but I'll show you a main chart front. And roll 20 is 2 or more or less. Would have normally been out. But because it's 2 over, it turns a out to a safe, and the runner is now safe. So he runs it out and gets an infield single, and the manager comes out and argues it. Now there are all kinds of things for keeping track of managers' temperament in this game, and I don't track them. It's an extra rule I don't use because I have trouble remembering how all this it is. So we'll stick with Dave Smith a little bit as we have a 4-run cushion and only 2 outs left to go, and we think he can pull out of this. But the bases are loaded with 1 out, and guess who steps up to the plate? Michael Jack Schmidt, and this could be interesting. And it's not. Remember I said the overpowering stuff +3? Well, we have a 3 there, a 3 there, and Mike Schmidt sits down with a strikeout. And that brings up Gary Maddox. Gary Maddox trying to save the day, keep the game alive. And he does. Wow. Single impossibility of an error. And that's going to go to right field. So let's check. No modification to the guy on second, so we'll try go home with him, and that's where the throw's going to go. So single to 9, advanced runner. And that's a hit and a single. And the runner was Trio. There's 2 outs, so we add 8. That's 11. Fielder 7, so he got a good reaction, -2, which makes it 9. Add 9, which is 18. Subtract 7, it's 11. Nope, we don't try it. So it's just straight up single. And an error check, no error. So we still have bases loaded now with 2 out, and the Phillies draw within 3. We'll stick with them we'll try to get that 1 more out against Boone. Boone's pretty good against righties, more so than lefties, but he's not good against much anything. So let's take a look who we got on our bench. We still got Moreland sitting there, who is a very good hitter. And you know what? Game's on the line. pinch hit Moreland for Boone. Good thing we didn't use him earlier for third base, huh? So Moreland will pinch hit. Bases loaded, 2 out, 3 runs, so a triple double could probably do this. And you got the right pieces in place for it. You probably need around a 76 to get a hit. And he gets, holy crap, he gets a hit. So here we go. 76 is to center field end. It's deep. So center fielder. No modification, a guy on second, and that's the one we're going to make the throw for, a guy going home. So 8 hit 1. We're going to add 8 to the speed of McBride. And he will be a 13. And the fielder got a poor jump on it, so that makes it 16. Add 14, which is 30. Subtract 6, which is 24. Yes, we'll definitely go for that. And they never stood a chance. So 2 more plate, and that will be it for Smith. And Maddox will advance to third on the throw. So all of a sudden we have a 4-5 game with 1 out left, and Phillies have almost batted around. So we're going to look at, you know what, let's not replace anybody. We'll just bring a pitcher in the 9th. Let's go here. 9th inning, Astros. I will give this Joe Sambito. He is their bona fide closer, so we will bring him in. And he's going to try and come in and put out the fire. Oh boy, look at this. So, he wrote ineffective swing and miss stuff and control 1. Now, on this last batter, things could go many different ways. He's got if he can get past the initial roll into the second one, he's got a good chance of striking him out. But that's a big if. And of course, the managers don't know. So Sambito comes in, 1-3, 13 saves, 308 earned run average, facing off against Larry Boa. Boa's been 0-4. He's batting 264 on this season. He does bat right against the left. He's pretty good against lefties. And it's going to come down to this dice roll. A little drama here. Oh, and look at this. This is where the dice are interesting. Could have been a walk, and at this point, Sambito will wish that it was a walk, but because he rolled control and we rolled a 1 on that D10, the control blocks the walk. So it is now a hit. Larry Boa 42 is a hit to center field with 2 outs. It's right to the fielder, so we're going to just keep the runner at second, but that ties the game. So we're going to go in here now, and we're going to give a blown save to Sambito. Actually, we'll give that to him because he's responsible for the runner that scored. Nobody's on the win yet, and we have Dickie Knowles up. And I really hate bringing a pitcher in for him because he only pitched 1 inning. But this is ball game. This is top of the 9th. two out, runners on first and second. A single will put a runner in, and you got to try it. On the other hand, if we go through this, we're running low on pitchers already because we've already used up two of them. So here it goes. Pinch hit against the lefty, Lonnie Smith. Running out of pinch hitters too. We just have two. Oh, Rose isn't even there, so we just have Avila sitting left on the bench now. Lonnie Smith, pinch hit. Thank you. All right, Lonnie Smith. Batting 283 against Zambito. Actually, we should have inherited runners on too. Here's the roll, and that is not happening. He's going to be out. That's going to be a 6-3, and end of the actually a 10. It will give us a 6 unassisted, force out at second base. It dragged him right onto the plate. Stop. Undo. Six unassisted. And that'll end the inning. So here we are. We've got a tie game going on. Pitcher will go in to the eighth slot. Moreland will go catcher. I think I already did it, but we'll double check. Just put it in there again. And Lonnie Smith will come out for the vacated position for a pitcher. And Dickie Knowles is in. Aaron Brewster's been in. Dickie Knowles. Kevin Soche will come in. He'll go into the eighth position. It's his game now. Oh, and he came in ineffective too. Good control, but ineffective. So this could be interesting. It's coming down to warm-ups. I've never seen well, I can't say never, but I haven't seen this many ineffectives for a long time. So, Jose Cruz against Soche. And Soche is 1-2 with a 4.18 ERA. He's underachieving this year, and ineffective may not help that at all. He does not walk anybody on this one, and he does not get the hit against him. So 23 at a ground out to the third base, 5-3. Brings up Cesar Cedeno. Cedeno gets the hit, 94. Goes to right field. Brings up Art Howe. Now we got a steal attempt 3 showing. Cedeno is a 3, so we're going to attempt to steal. I know it's late innings, but you're talking about the game here. Let's see what it looks like. A lead rating 15. Catcher's throw is one. He's got a good lead. So, yes, we will attempt to steal. His stolen base is 76, and he's stealing second base. And he actually steals the base. So, Cedeno steals second. And that brings up Art Howe with a runner on second now. And there's a possible, probably an out. 96 will be a pop up to the third baseman. So here we go again. It's coming down to the last batter of the inning. Two outs. Alan Ashby, the catcher. He's 4 for 4 this game. Who else to have up but him? And let's do it. Possible hit batter? Nope. Probably an out. 25. Ground ball 5-3. He had a range for it, but there was no errors or anything to check for. And we go into extra innings. Top of the 10th. Sambito's done 2 innings. No, he hasn't. Sambito's done .1, so he definitely stays in now. We're going to go against Gross on him. And he has not been able to get rid of an ineffective tag yet. He's got to face 2 more batters to do that. So Gross will not get the hit. He'll be out. Maybe. See an error showing. Second baseman's got to check error. 4-3. Second batter, Pete Rose. Pete Rose will get a probable hit. 88. Second on 9. Out of 17 or less. That's what happens when you have a good fielder in a close range. So he's fly out. So that air check does not happen. All right, it brings up Manny Trio, and that's his 1 inning. So he is no longer ineffective. And wow, Manny Trio will walk. Which brings up McBride. Out, strikeout. So we go to the bottom of the 10th. Kevin Slochet. And regardless, we'll try to keep him in there because we're out of pitchers. But he gets to stay. Well, he's ineffective to begin with. So, but he actually can lose that tag. And he did pass his gas, so he'll be normal for this inning. And he'll go up against Craig Reynolds. That'll be an out. Pop up to 8. And 8 will be the second baseman. No, shortstop. P6. And brings up Sambito. And here we go. We're going to pinch hit against a lefty. Keith Moreland's in. No. Against the lefty. Jeffrey Leonard for the Astros. Okay, Jeffrey Leonard. out 4-3, and there's a hustler showing. So we'll go for the error first. No error, and then hustle will be Landestoid needing to roll a 5 or less, and does not. So out 4-3. But with a runner on first, 6, Landestoid's a B. 6 ABC, so they've got to try to turn the double play. That's for 6-3, so we need to roll with 3 or less to turn a double play, and don't. So we just got a fielder's choice for a 6. All right, so that brings up Terry Poole. Terry Poole will go down 90, line out the first base. And we're going to need another pitcher. And let's see what we got here. So Poole, right fielder, is the last one to bat. So I think Leonard can stay in that position. So yes. So we'll put Leonard in at right field. And bring the pitcher in on 2. Yep, and 11th inning. Zambito's been in. Joe Negro will slice on in for a relief. And he's 7-7 with 305. Using a lot of personnel in this game. That's why I try to like to do double switches and stuff. And I'm not happy with the way I used up all the Phillies pitchers, because that's gonna nip me in the butt later. But that's the way the circumstances played. You played for the win, and you blew that. So Negro will warm up. This is his only game relief. Wow. Well, he only did one in real life. I don't know how many he'll relieve in my games, but a very rare chance he'll ever come up as a reliever, and most of the time that's extra innings, and here he is. So let's see what we got here. Mike Schmidt. Mike Schick goes down, out 6-3 unless there's an error. No error. Gary Maddox. He goes down after 7. And Keith Moreland comes up, and he goes down. And that's a strikeout. And that brings up Walling against O'Shea. So O'Shea was a 1. And we're in uncharted territory now. He can go 3 total innings, so we'll try to keep him out here for one more. I'm going to make him roll, though. He needs a 6. Got it, so he'll stay normal. So, that brings up Walling, right? Yep, Denny Walling. Walling doesn't get it. He goes down pitcher 1-3. Brings up Cruz. Cruz does not walk. 90. Line out the first base. And that brings up Cedeno. Wow, out to hit. 80. F to 8. Should be easy. Yep, no chance for hit. F8. And they go down. And we go into the bottom of the 12th, or top of the 12th now. Joe Niekro will stay in for he can do up to 3 innings, so they're good to go for a while. Larry Boa. Out to hit, 93. Pitcher, 1-3. Brings up Kevin Soche. He's done 3 innings, and that is more than enough for him. And I don't have but one player left on my bench, so that's where we got to go for the pinch hit, and that's going to be Ramon Aviles. We are now out of options. He's batting 397. And he does not come through on this one. 96. It'll pop up to, I believe that's shortstop. Check for the error. No error. And that brings up Greg Gross, who's walked twice and grounded out twice. This time he gets the hit. 72 for Gross is a single to center field. Nothing else to check. So with 2 out, Gross is on. Brings up Pete Rose. And we don't need to hit and run because there are 2 outs. Pete Rose gets a hit. Wow, look at this. And that could possibly a double and a possible error. Wow. Out the hit. So, fly ball chance, nothing there. Hit to an out. That's a double to left field. Out of 1 or less, nothing there. So we've doubled to left field. No error. Advance runner. So we got 7, hit, double. The runner is Gross. There are 2 outs. So he gets 11. Fielder's range 5. He got a good jump on it. It goes down to 10. Add 10 is 20. Minus 7 because the arm is 13. So 13's close to my range. And this is for game. And there are 2 outs. Let's go for it. And they roll a 2, and he is safe at home. Wow. And Niekro gives up the potential game-winning run. So that brings Manny Trio on with 2 out and a runner on second. And no walk. That's a strikeout. And it's a good thing we tried that because they would have left him on base and we still would have been tied. So we have Aviles that came in. Manny Trio, he can take place of Manny Trio just in case. So Aviles will take over at second base for Trio. And we'll bring a pitcher in at 2. Now, who do I got left? That's the key. I don't know. I may not have anybody. Well, let's see. We have Ron Reed, Dickinos, O'Shea. So let's go over to Philadelphia. And if not, we got to press into service one of our starters that never relieved. Carlton's in between rests. Don Larson. Don Larson. Now, he would probably be a better candidate than Lefty, who just never came into relief. Let's go check him out. I like to do things realistically as much as possible, and Larson's a better candidate for relief than is Lefty. Oh no, you got to be kidding me! Another ineffective. So, in the defense, Aviles will take over here. He's 1-1 with a 4.78 ERA, and he's going up against Hal, Ashby, and Reynolds potentially. And here we go. Look at that, right off the bat. A hit, 38, single to 7. Alan Ashby, and we got to stick with him. We're out of pitchers. Alan Ashby is on. He could try a hit and run. We're end of the game, so we're looking for yellow. Got the yellow. Probably out. It'll be a normal out. No walk. 81. Fly out to right field. And the runner gets back. Craig Reynolds. Craig Reynolds is good at hit and run. We'll try the same thing. Looking for a yellow number. He's hitting and running. He's able to protect the runner. Rolls again. Hit and run again if we get the yellow. We got the yellow. This time it's a normal out. An 11. That's 5-3. I'm going to advance the runner, but we'll have an out 5-3. So that'll put runner on second with 2 out, and Jeffrey Leonard up. It's up to Leonard to win this game. And he will not do it. And he had a +2, so there's a strikeout, and that will end the game. So we had a very good extra innings game, and the Phils end up winning 6-5. And look at that box score. Holy crap. That's called using just about everybody. So Shea's now 2-2. Larson gets a first save. Ruthven recovers to not take the loss anyway, and it turned out bad for the Astros as they dropped to 49-36, and Phils go 51-31. Thank you for joining me, and that's it for today. Phils win 6-5 in 12 innings.